the OnePlus Nord 2 is a good phone. Let me elaborate. But of course, before I do that, let me give a warm welcome to everyone who stumbled upon my channel. In today's video, as you could hear, I'm going to take a look at the OnePlus Nord 2, the sequel of the original 2020 OnePlus Nord, the company's first mid-range phone. And to be honest, the original Nord was a real head-turner because nobody expected OnePlus to make a mid-range phone out of nowhere. And since then, they've tried to make the Nord as its own brand and make some really shitty and forgettable phones that we are not going to mention because they sucked major balls. Now the phone itself looks almost identical to a OnePlus 9. It has the rounded glass back and a really OnePlus 9 series camera bump, which houses 3 cameras. The main camera has a 50 megapixel Sony sensor and optical image stabilization built in. We have an 8 megapixel secondary camera. It's an ultra-wide with a 120 degree field of view. And we have another 2 megapixel monochrome sensor because it's good for something. I used this phone as my main camera when I went hiking with my friends last weekend, and I have to say that I really like how my images and videos turned out. Although I have a few gripes with it. First of all, I don't like the color reproduction. Like, everything is a bit too red, a bit too green, a bit too blue. It doesn't really represent reality. Or I don't know how should I say this. And also, the saturation is a bit too high for my taste. Although I'm an iPhone user, so basically everything is too saturated for me. My second problem was that when I tried to use the full 50 megapixel of the main sensor, the images came out a bit too sharp. And I'm not joking, it has a really unfortunate sharpening effect on them. And the colors are not the same like the 12 megapixel images that the phone usually shoots. So I shouldn't say this, but I don't recommend shooting at the full resolution. Oh yeah, my third problem, HDR. It doesn't really like harsh differences in contrast. So when I took a picture of like a tree and the sky, every tiny leaf had a black edge because it couldn't figure out where the edge of the leaf was and it was cropping in a bit. So yeah, the algorithm is not the best, should I say. Although at the end of the day, I was satisfied with the image quality, so the images and videos I took looked really nice in my opinion. And like, apart from these tiny mistakes, I think this camera, should I say, this phone shoots really great pictures and videos. The front-facing camera is positioned on the top left corner of the phone, so it doesn't really intrude on your media that you're watching. And to be honest, this is great news because the phone has a 6.4-inch Full HD 90Hz Fluid AMOLED display. I am so happy that nowadays if you want a great screen on your phone, you don't have to get a flagship. And this Nord 2 is a great example of that. Oh, and above all things, this is a flat screen. Thank you. On the bottom of the phone we have a SIM tray, a USB-C port and a speaker. The SIM tray can accommodate 2 5G SIMs at the same time. The USB port supports fast charging up to 65 watts and we get the cable and the power brick in the box. Nice. And the speaker, coupled with the earpiece, has a really nice stereo separation. Because yes, this phone has stereo speakers. For some reason, it's not a basic feature yet on a phone. On the shiny plastic sides of this phone, on the left we've got the volume rockers, and on the right we get the lock button and the 3-step silencer switch. I don't know how OnePlus calls it, but it's cool. But you know what you won't find on the side? The fingerprint sensor, because it's under the display. Thank you, OnePlus. The system of the phone is almost stock Android. It's actually the Oxygen OS, OnePlus's own system that's based on Android 11. And I quite like this system. I'm not the biggest fan of Android, but it has enough similarities to iOS that I would manage to use this on a daily basis. And if you are coming from an iPhone and searching for an Android device that's not too alien to you, I would recommend looking into the Oneplus ecosystem. Now, the system and all of the apps on the phone are being ran by the Dimensity 1200, 1200? I don't know how they are saying it. 1200 processor and 6, 8 or 12 gigs of RAM. The phone has enough power, doesn't stutter at all, and it can play games. Point. Moving forward. Oh yeah, battery capacity. So it has a 4500 milliamp hour battery, and like it will last you 1.5 or 2 days based on your use case, obviously. And you can charge it really fast with the 65-watt fast charging. So yeah. My only problem is that it doesn't have any wireless charging capabilities, but OnePlus once said that they don't really need it, although they have it on the 9th, so I don't know. Oh, and since we are nearing the end of the review, I have to talk about the fantastic haptics on this phone, because I really like it. It has a really nice haptic feedback. And also, because I got the media kit from OnePlus, I had the opportunity to try out the cool cases that they provide. Like, you'll get a clear case with the phone in the box, but they sent me 3 additional cases that you can buy separately, and one of them looks fantastic. I usually rock these phones without any case because I like how it looks. It actually looks a lot like my mint, or sorry, the green iPhone 12, but that case made me consider using this phone with a case. But yeah, compared to the original Nord, this is a great sequel, and I think they've managed to like upgrade almost everything that they could basically for this price. As far as I can tell, this phone will retail around 400 euros in Europe, or maybe 450 US dollars in the US and Canada. In Canada it's even more because it's Canadian dollars, sorry. I think for that price it's a really great phone. OnePlus is a reputable brand, the phone is built well, it looks nice, it works well, it has great cameras, it has adequate performance. What more would you need? And that's my question I'm using to end this video now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you OnePlus for sending me this phone, and you don't even know that I have an English channel, but I'm using everything I have to just put something here because I want. So if you like this video, just please give me a like, and if you like what I do here and you like to see me struggle speaking English, just subscribe and you get some videos someday. Thank you so much for watching. Again, have a nice day and see you next time. Sziasztok!